fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at 4 new figures from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem line from Playmates. Now, I just found these at my local Walmart today. I had no idea that they were out already, so I was very excited to find them. We have Wingnut, the Robo-Bat. We have Genghis Frog, the Croaking Bloke. Mondo Gecko, the Chill Dude. And Scumbug, the Vermin. So these are 4 kind of side characters in the movie, and I was just really excited to find these because, like I said, I had no idea that these were going to be out so soon. I got to see these back at Toy Fair like 3 weeks ago or so, and I just really was surprised that they were out already. But yeah, these look fantastic. I will say some of these guys look really tiny, like Scumbug here I feel like looks pretty tiny, but I'm sure he will be fantastic nonetheless. So you can also see that we have a new card back with these that incorporates the 4 new figures, and then we have the other 9 that are previously available. I know they're making plans to release April singly, and they're also going to release the 4 costume turtles that were previously in a 4-pack at Walmart as a Walmart exclusive. They'll be released singly as well. Now, Genghis has a tongue-popping action. You can see they actually built in here in the back of the card back so that you can flip his tongue out. And it extends pretty far down, which is pretty cool. So I think it's fun that it has that little feature there. He is such a fun, squat little dude. All these figures are kind of tiny, but I think they're going to be great. I'm going to go ahead, get them out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. So here are our 4 new figures out of the packaging. I guess we'll start on the left here with Scumbug. He looks pretty great. He's got this kind of goo effect piece here that you can take out. It just plugs right into that little spot in his mouth. You can see that there's just a little tab right there. So it looks like he is regurgitating some slime, which I think works really well. I like that quite a bit. He's also got these gigantic translucent yellow wings that peg into the back. Now, I don't know if they're meant to be removable, but you can kind of wiggle them out. And then you can actually close up his shell. So if you want him to just kind of have a normal, not wing deployed look, you can actually fold that up, and then you can just pop these back up and plug the wings back in, so you can kind of have like the wings stowed away or deployed options, which I think is pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Just in terms of the detailing and everything, I think they did a really great job. Really nice paint applications here, especially around the mouth, the eyes, the antenna here. You can kind of see part of the ripped up shirt still here around his neck and on the top of his shoulders here. Now the head can turn side to side. It's got a little bit of up and down movement as well, but not a ton. You have a hinge here in the shoulder, as well as a rotation. Then you have a swivel here down at the pincer. Then he's got these additional pincers here on the abdomen. You have a hinge here at the top of the hip, but the way these are connected, this is kind of plugged into the body, kind of like the way the Vintage Collection Star Wars figures used to be, which I'm not a huge fan of. But if you want them to kick forward, you kind of have to do that. If you want them to kick out to the side, you kind of have to rotate it and kick out to the side like that. But there is a swivel and a hinge there. And then down here in the knees, there is a hinge and a swivel as well. But it's kind of not where you would expect it. This one's not too bad, but there's also not a huge range of motion there, but you can swivel the leg. This one, I don't know, I guess the foot's meant to go out to the side, because I would have thought it would be kind of more here than all the way over here. But again, you get a little bit more motion out of this knee, and then you can, of course, spin it around, and then the feet are one static piece. But overall, I think he looks pretty great. Again, really great colors, really bright and fun, it pops. And I like that you can take the wings on and off with little effort, so that you can kind of have the closed up shell look, or you can open it up and have the wings fully deployed. I think that's pretty cool. So I will open this back up. And it's very simple to pop the wings back in here. You just line it up and they plug right in. And then I'll give him his little ooze piece as well. I really like that too, just because again, it's a bright green. It pops with the other colors. It works really well. I like this guy quite a bit. I think he's very cool. And then for whatever reason, now to be fair, I haven't seen the movie yet, so please no spoilers. Does he want to stand? He comes with a picture of Splinter. I don't know if, you know, he knows Splinter or this is just a way to get another accessory out there. Maybe you could give this to one of the turtles. But you have this little picture frame here with a picture of Splinter in it. So, again, maybe it makes sense in the context of the movie and I just haven't seen it yet. I'm holding out for the Blu-ray. I'm hoping it comes out sometime soon. But that's all the accessories that he comes with. And honestly, that's a ton of accessories between the wings, the little ooze effect piece, and the picture of Splinter. I feel like that's a lot. I think they gave him a little bit more because he's tinier. But these figures are all $10 a piece, $9.99. So, again, I feel like for that price, Playmates is really doing a great job with the level of detail and articulation and accessories. I think the price is definitely perfect. Next up, we have Genghis Frog. I love this little guy. He is so short and squat. I mean, he's 90% frog head. It's just fantastic. Again, really nice detailing here. I think that's supposed to be there. I honestly can't tell. It might just be some paint that kind of dripped on there. I'm not sure. But just you can see the detailing here in the frog skin. The eyes are really nicely painted. He's got this awesome like Hawaiian shirt here, which is kind of like a soft rubbery plastic. When you move the arms, it does have a little bit of movement. It's not like 100% affixed to him. I think it might be attached in certain places, but yeah, I think there's a peg back here, but it does have some movement. The arms are very simplistic. You can see the hinge there, so they just have a hinge and a rotation, and that's it. There's nothing in the wrist. He has no elbows, anything like that. And then the feet can just rotate down here. But again, he does have that tongue feature, so you can flick that all the way out, which is pretty great. I love that. It's just a simple thing, but works really well. And then he comes with this massive axe, which you can see has part of a shackle here attached. Just looks fantastic. It's, again, almost as big as him. So this is, again, just a really fun figure. I think they did a really nice job. And the paint and detail here on this Hawaiian shirt, I think, really work. I just think that looks absolutely fantastic. I love this guy. I don't know if he's my favorite out of the four, but he's very much a contender for my favorite. It's just a really, really fun figure. Up next, we have Wingnut, which is another fantastic figure. He's got these great giant wings done in this kind of translucent purple plastic with some nice pink detailing there done in paint. Really, really looks sharp. Now, these can kind of pop out as well, so for some reason, maybe for storage or something like that, you wanted to take the wings off, you can. It's not too difficult to attach them and take them out. You can see they just kind of slide into these little spots here on the back, and they will stay in pretty securely. They're not going to fall out or anything like that, but you can take them off if you need to. Head sculpt, again, really looks nice. I love the goggles he's got going on there. The bat ears are really nicely detailed and painted. The mouth, the teeth, even the tongue inside, they were able to add that detail. Now, this can spin from side to side. I don't think it has any up and down movement. It really just spins side to side. And then he's got these, like, mechanical arms. And the thing that's cool, so this can move around like this, but the hinge is actually inside, because obviously if they tried to move the whole thing up, this piece would hit into the shoulder. So the hinge, and I'll take the wing off so you can see this a little better. You can see that the hinge is kind of inside there, so that can completely move, and it doesn't move this piece, which means it won't hit into the shoulder at all, so you get the full range of motion there, which is really nice. Then you have a 90-degree bend there in the elbow. Technically, it can bend backwards as well. And then you have wrist movement as well, so really nice articulation here in the arms. Let me pop this wing back on here. And then he's got the same kind of legs as the others, where the hinge kicks forward. And then if you wanted him to kick out to the side, you'd have to spin it and then kick out to the side like that. It's kind of pegged into the torso. And then he doesn't have, I don't think he had, oh no, he does. He does have. I didn't think he had knees, but he does. They're very tight. There we go. So you have the hinge and the rotation there in the knee as well, which is nice. And the tail does not move. No, the tail does not move. He's got this giant grappling hook weapon, you can see. Nicely done there. And then he's got this bat accessory. I'm not really sure what this is for. Again, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe it has some kind of significance to the movie. Maybe it's just kind of like a Batman reference. I'm not sure. But he comes with this plastic bat piece as well. But yeah, this is just a really fun figure. Again, great detailing, great paint. I love the wings. I love the grappling accessory. And just all around, really nicely done figure. See if I can get him to stand there. And last but certainly not least, we have Mondo Gecko. He's got his skateboard. Rolls pretty well. He pegs into it. He's got a peg hole on the bottom of his feet. And then there's one peg there in the middle of the skateboard. You have this Mondo Gecko sticker here. It's pretty basic. It's just done in this yellow plastic, but again, rolls pretty well. Now, anyone should be able to ride this, although their center of weight might not be the best. But no, even Genghis can ride it. So I think that's kind of cool. You could even use this for one of your turtles if you wanted. Just kind of a cool skateboard accessory. He also comes with this Frisbee. Now, the Frisbee does have this piece on the bottom so that he can hold it, which I'm assuming would make it very weird to throw as a Frisbee. But it's got this cool tie-dye pattern on top. That's just a sticker. So it's cool that it's a Frisbee, but it's going to be kind of weird because it has this large peg on it, but that's the only way he can hold it. He's also got this backpack. Now, the straps are painted onto his body, and you can take the backpack accessory off, which I guess is kind of cool, like if you want to sit it down somewhere, but I think it's funny that he'll still have the straps on. Although it almost looks like it could be part of his vest, like down here it almost looks like it could be trim for the vest, but it's obviously supposed to be the straps of the backpack. So if you take the backpack off, it's going to still look like he has the straps on there. But really great detailing. I mean, all the beads and everything that he has. He has the giant peace symbol there on his shirt. Even just the vest itself is really nicely painted. Head sculpt looks fantastic. Little tuft of hair up here. He's got the bandana, the eyes, the tongue. That all looks great. Now I'm trying to figure out, I guess, okay, the head doesn't like to move to this side for me too much, but it will kind of go to that side. I don't think there's a hinge. I mean, if there is, it's very minimal, but it can kind of turn, and it's the whole head that kind of turns. But then he's got your standard hinge and rotation in the shoulder. He's got a hinge and a rotation at the elbow, so no problem there. And then he does have this oversized shirt on, but he does still have the same hinge and rotation at the legs. So you can kick kind of forward. Now it's going to stretch the shirt out a little bit, but you can use the rotation and the hinge there. He's got the same thing here at the knees. So you got a hinge and rotation there. And then he also has just a swivel down here at the kind of ankle. But he's got these flip-flops, which look fantastic. They're really nicely done. I think that looks great. Even just the little details. Now, it would be nice, although I guess he must have different color, because for a second I thought these weren't painted, but I think they're actually painted light blue. These are orange down here, so at first, and he does have some, it's kind of weird. Some of them are painted, some of them are not painted, so you can see how there's kind of a blue one every so often. These aren't painted. I think these are painted light blue, and then these are orange, so I'm assuming it was just a budget thing where they couldn't afford to paint all of them. But he's also got this roller skate here tied to his tail, which is pretty fun. Now this can rotate. I don't think this has a hinge, but it can rotate from side to side. So he's got a lot of great articulation, a lot of great paint applications. Head sculpt looks phenomenal. And just again, he's got all these beads all the way up and down his arms and down here on the shirt. So, I mean, when you think about the level of accessories that he comes with, the paint applications, the articulation, again, for $10, it's pretty amazing that they're able to pull that off. And it's just, all in all, a really fun figure. Honestly, all four of these guys are pretty great. I have a hard time picking a favorite because they're all a lot of fun. I mean, Genghis might be my favorite, but just because he's such a fun little frog dude. I love how massive his head is. But Scumbug's great. I love the goo accessory, effect piece, whatever you want to call that. I love the wings. I like that you can take the wings out and still kind of close the shell. I really like Wingnut's design. I think he's cool. He's got kind of robotic features, which I think works really well. The wings look great. Mondo Gecko looks great. I mean, these guys are just fantastic. And like I said, you can't beat the price. I mean, $10 a piece for everything that you get is pretty astounding. And this is really where Playmates shines. Their basic figure assortment, I've always felt, is their bread and butter. It's where they constantly crush it. Just what you get for the price is astounding. And I should have done this earlier, but just in case, for scale, here is one of the turtle figures. I only have the costumed ones handy, but you can see that about the same size as Mondo on his skateboard. The others are a little shorter, but they're all still really fun. I love these figures. Definitely recommend checking them out. I recommend just about every figure from the Mutant Mayhem line. They've all been fantastic. Again, the price is so perfect for what you get, and they've all been a ton of fun. So I can't recommend these four enough. They should be showing up in stores now. Like I said, I just found it at my Walmart. I didn't know they're out yet. I guess technically this is the start of Wave 2. So be on the lookout and pick them up if you can. If you've been collecting the rest, I definitely recommend to continue. But even if you haven't gotten any yet, the previous wave is still readily available at Walmarts and Targets. They're not too difficult to find, even on Amazon. I think Amazon had a sale on the basic turtles the other day where they were like $5.99 a piece. That's a crazy amazing price. Definitely recommend the 4 turtles at that price. But yeah, they're a good time. Check them out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.